Hello guys, and welcome to another Company of Heroes 2 replay. I am playing as the Americans, my ally is playing as the Soviets, who's Kupton, who's also a clan. Our opponents, which is EasyGK T3 and Chinos, I'm just going to pronounce it like that because I don't want to ruin names, I can't pronounce French names very well. Playing as the Wehrmacht and the OKW. I apologise guys, I haven't been on in a while, I had a lot of family issues to deal with, and hopefully I should be back to posting Company of Heroes 2 content, as well as other strategy game content that you enjoy watching on my channel back up. And this is actually, surprising enough, it was a random chance clan war against Zeva and EasyGK, both play a lot of Company of Heroes 2, and it's quite interesting to we randomly came across this on auto matching on the 2v2. So the 2v2 were on the new Alliance of Defiance map, came out in the new patch with the map competition. As we see, I always like to show the levels, even though they're just repetitive playtime. Their playtime have their advantage, me and Cupton's, but we have been playing quite regularly lately. So I hope you enjoy the game, guys. So I will take off Fog of War because we don't need that, do we? Alright, so I am playing as the yellow, the Americans, and my ally Cupton is blue. We've got T3 playing as the Wehrmacht, and we have OKW in red playing as we have OKW in red, which is Chinos. So I've gone straight away for Airborne Company. I did this because I have a good feeling of what I want to do. Because I had a choice of Airborne, I had a choice of Airborne, Infantry Company, and heavy cavalry. I didn't feel like the Pershing would have been a smart move. I wanted to bring out Shermans and 2v2s. Pershing is debatable, but I felt confident I wanted to. It also gives me the chance to drop down that anti-tank gun, which is the main reason for it, and paratroopers are nice, but the anti-tank gun basically means I always tend to go Lieutenant, and if I bring in the anti-tank gun, if I go Lieutenant I can't bring in an anti-tank gun. But if I go paratroopers, it's only at 4 command points, and generally I can get that before any medium or heavy armors on the field, so it just gives you an extra boost. So we have the first confrontation on the right hand of the field. We have the Wehrmacht MG42 failing to suppress Cupton's combat engineers. However, Cupton has managed to race forward and capture the fuel point beforehand. Hasn't captured any points connecting to it yet, only this one, but he is doing it now and he's capturing. I have had an early confrontation with the OKW player who's got Sturm Pioneers in this building. We'll have a little zoom in, watch them shooting out this weird building here. You'll love those graphics. My rifleman decided to hop in this building. I didn't realise this at the time, but there is only one window they can shoot out here. One here that can shoot out, and one here that can shoot out. So out of a 5-man squad, I'm only shooting 2 men out of it, which is a bit bad. But we don't want to see this from the building. You don't expect it from the building, really. So my real echelon are going to go back in range and just take on this engagement. Okay, Volkswagen do the same mistake and go in this building. Apart from that, this guy on this side is not able to shoot. Yeah, so it's just that one guy instead of 2 of my guys. It's only one of his. Did a nice flank with a rifleman on the flank, on some heavy cover. Did some good damage towards that Volkswagen that will have to retreat quite soon, I believe. Look on the right, Cupton stabilised his side and started to fortify. We have OKW going fortifications off the bat. Not a bad doctrine. Bunkers, you don't expect it from OKW. The artillery later on can be a pain, especially the S-minefields, you don't expect them when you're versing an OKW player, so that's always a nice little boost. Cupton and the Wehrmacht player have not clicked the TG or 13, haven't picked their doctrines yet, so we don't know what they're going to go. It seems that the Wehrmacht are doing a good job in locking down centre. We have an MG42 coming up that is going to suppress this conscript squad. Really should have done in the centre bit here because these pioneers look like they're struggling. If we look over to my side once again, one of my riflemen got flanked and a flame grenade was thrown and I got out there. Got 2 model drops before I had to retreat, and I have a second rifleman squad pushing in to take its place, staying out of fuel range, however, flame range, however, I don't want to get any more flame damage. Cupton's doing a nice flank with 2 conscripts here just to unlock them. I don't have any form of grenades because it just costs too fuel heavy early game. And he's going to throw some, he saw it straight away and he got out and he retreated because he didn't want any Molotovs going in, which allows me to capture the area now, which is good. So now we have a double fuel lockdown underway thanks to Cupton's flank. If you have a look on the right side, however, the Germans are taking the right fuel because of that though, but we have done a massive pushback, as you can see, and pushed the OKW player back to base. OKW has his first supply hub track, and as we see down in the bottom right hand corner, he is going to go for his battle group headquarters, which is good. In the meantime, he is going to pop out healing off his Stern Pioneers, which is the best thing to do for 30 munitions, just to get his Vox Grenadiers back on full health. Really, he could have gone for a 4th Vox Grenadier now, however he has been taking manpower losses pretty substantially, and he has put down his battle grouper. Cupton's gone for the basic 4 conscripts and a Royal Combat Engineer, which is now only doing a support weapons companion now. Which is a little bit late off the mark, but he wanted that extra manpower to pump his conscript squads on the field. And I believe that is a Wehrmacht. The Wehrmacht army is pretty decent. We've got 3 Grenadiers. We have 3 Grenadiers, a Combat Engineer, MG, and the German mortar, which we all know is the best mortar, the base standard mortar in the game. The American one fires quicker, and I do have that. And I believe, yes, the Wehrmacht just lost a squad. Yes, the Combat Engineers died with the Flamethrower. The Pioneers died with the Flamethrower, which is very good. My army consists so far of 3 Riflemen, a Lieutenant, a Mortar, and a Rear Echelon squad, which is having to fall back for defensive positions, but I am going to have to retreat out of there. There's just too much of a blob over there. With the flame in there, it's just too brutal right now. And the flame would just eradicated that unit very quickly, and I wasn't expecting that. But I did get the other 2 out, so I did lose a Rifleman squad just then. Cupton is struggling to recapture his territory. There was a Grenadier deep striking to take his munitions. There we go. Tactics. So we now have elite troops have gone. So we've got the Stun Grenade, Stormtroopers, G43 rifles, Panzer Tactician, and the Tiger Ace if he so desires it. So me and Cupton have been pushed back after this assault in the 5 minutes mark. But as you can see, VP wise, we're slightly in the lead. Fuel wise, we are in the lead. They have 3 more than us now, but we were in the lead. Munitions wise, they are in the lead. Manpower wise, we're all relatively even. Cupton, I believe, did lose a no, he didn't lose a conscript squad. He's doing very well. I did lose a Rifleman, and this time I thought it was time to pop my ambulance. In the meantime, I'm going to have to rush across and use the Soviets healing. I have gone weapon rack, and I have done double bar on this squad, I believe. No, 1 bar on the squad, but double bar on the lieutenant squad. So that is a very dangerous squad now to deal with. However, I do have a rear echelon that's just going to scout and to see if he says, but he's not bothering with taking back my side, which is odd. And as you see, we've got the ambulance on the field now, which is going to pop on healing, but my guys are healed up enough, so we're going to pop out and assist Cupton in the centre. Nice placement of a Max in there, just securing but not pushing too far. There was going to be a flank there. And we do have a scout car on the field, which at 6 minutes is a little bit late, but none of us have anything to really tackle it really. So it's not going to be deflected too easily, I would say. We have a bunker that's being built, and I believe an MG upgrade will go in that eventually. We have a Rakettenwerfer in stealth waiting on camouflage and hold fire against tanks only, which is where you want to do that, so it could get a cheeky shot on a T-70 or something that Cupton would like to bring off. They are capping the right side star. I did get a very nice mortar hit with my mortar, which is now on 2 kills, killing a decent bit of that Stern Pioneer. That Volks Grenadier is going to realise that it's going to have to retreat very quickly. Lieutenant did a very nice flank here and pushed back this unit very well. And I did kill this Volks Grenadier squad fully on the centre, so I'm now even with the kill count on the death. I understand last side, but I don't understand how he can see successfully through this bush and suppress this Rifleman squad, so I'm going to have to pull him back. And I decided to call in a squad of paratroopers, as you can see by the plane, around this area. Cupton is doing a good job in pushing back at the Wehrmacht player, who has unfortunately taken back his fuel point and is repositioning the Maxim to support his side. And he has 2 more conscripts coming out of base. He is now building his tank up battalion command, so maybe a T-70 out soon. However, he has been flanked by a Stormtrooper that's came out of that little shack there, because they do have the ability to do that. I decided to send over troops to assist. However, the OKW player has brought over a half track, so I retreat out of that very quickly. Try to get a little flank on the MG. Now the Rakettenwerfer is revealed to me. Pulling back the paratroopers, don't want anything to do. He could have pushed really, but he decided not to. I'm going to go for double bazookas on the rear echelon, because it's the only anti-tank I can bring in at this moment in time, because I'm on 3 VP. Just out of range of this, just in range of this lieutenant. And I am going to try and retreat it out there before it loses too many models. Rakettenwerfer capping points is a bit of a desperate situation. You shouldn't really cap with Rakettenwerfers because now I do know he now has it because I spotted it with the flank, but you want to try and conceal them until you really need to fire with them. Cupton, like I said, he's managed to push them off. Stormtroopers still behind the back line causing a bit of chaos. Not really doing much, but just decapping, which is always frustrating. So by this point, I have got the fuel under control, but I do want to. I don't want to go too far up, so I am going to try and do a cheeky flank and get some shots off. He does focus on the rifleman as well. I wanted him to fire on, and I do get only one bazooka shot. I do. Paratroopers are coming in as well, just to boost up some stuff. I do dodge that. Grenade very successfully, and I am pushing with my. I do get 2 more bazooka shots actually in, and that half track is very low. I'm gonna have to pull my rear echelon back, but the paratroopers should continue and finish up the area very nicely there. Mortar did a bit of the mortar team is squaring off with the with this team very surprisingly, but nothing is fired because he's on hold fire, so I don't actually know it's there, which is quite funny. Mortar's doing a good job at taking out the bunker. It hasn't died just yet, and it seems that the T-70 is struggling to deal with the scout car due to the amount of Faust and the Raketten that's looming around on the field. This Raketten does get pushed back by this conscript squad, and I do get the kill on the bunker. Well, no, I don't get a kill on the bunker, but I do get 2 stars on the mortar team with 6 infantry kills to count, and I do destroy the building very successfully there. Which is going to waste some of his manpower. I haven't got a huge force actually, but what I have is capping myself very nicely. I'm going to leave the paratroopers as a defensive unit right now until I can upgrade them with the LMGs. I feel like unless it's certain maps, you should only really have the LMGs, not the Thompsons, because if you can upgrade, you can't upgrade Thompsons and then give them extra stuff. That's only with ranges, I believe you can do that. And you might be able to actually upgrade Thompsons and get weapon racks. I've never tried it actually. Haven't had the spare munis to really do it. Cubs doing a great job in holding the centre down. My mortar support's calling in, it's giving some nice HP damage and some nice kills here, especially with its heavy rated fire. It's doing a very good job. Cupton's getting some very nice vetted squads on the field. We both have some very nice vetted squads. Cupton's on the slight edge with the veterans. No, actually, I think we're even, but the one more Raketten shot, and unfortunately that thing could go down. Very lucky there was not a Faust in there. It was only a Stormtrooper, and it wasn't a. That would have been horrendous. Calling on my lieutenant to help out a little bit. MG42 brought into the field. That's going to struggle. We're going to struggle versus that a little bit, as only the mortar can fire, and Cupton doesn't have a mortar on the field yet. His T-70 can do some good work against it. Scout car is decided to push a little bit deep. He wants this Maxim. I believe there is he does not have anti-tank upgrades yet actually on them, which is a bit struggling. T-70 gets a cheeky little shot there. And Panzer Grenadiers are pushing. I didn't realise the MG had my lieutenant under, which is really frustrating. But I've now decided to use my. I'm going to bring up my mortar to deal with that, and I'm going to flank it a little bit with my my paratroopers. I do get a nice double shot on there, and I was hoping the grenade might have done a little bit of damage. It really did a smidge. But that pulled back that had to pull back that as well. The half track comes in, but I do get the bazooka shot off and kill the 222, so I'm going to have to pull back now from that position. So we do have a nice secure front line. They are recapturing the fuel, but overall on the fuel front we seem to be dominating the majority. I'm going to send a rifleman squad to decap the munitions as well, just to stop them. Pulling the mortar back, I feel it's a bit too close to the front line. It's one of my few riflemen without any upgrades yet is doing that, but I don't want to really spend any more upgrades on the rifleman. I want to get the upgrades for the paratroopers that are recruited back to the base. And this unit's going to stay in here a little bit, see if I can get a mortar hit, but after the second model was dropped, I had to pull out of there. It was just too risky. And the mortar is going to have to get out. The minute I spotted it, the mortar does have to get out of there. Which is a very odd thing when it comes. It sets itself down and then picks itself back up again. I'm very lucky I didn't lose it. T-70 doing another push in the centre. I don't agree with Stormtroopers with the anti-tank package. It's 75 munis and you do get the vehicle detection. But as a Wehrmacht player, if you want anti-tank infantry, you get a Panzergren and upgrade that. And upgrade that with, and then you upgrade that with the whatchamacallits, the, oh my word, I forgot the name of it. You upgrade it with the STG package. However, you can upgrade these with Jaeger infantry. So maybe you can bolster it with 2 G43 rifles on the field. I'm going to have to pull back. I then spot on the retreat that the Schwerpanzer headquarters is coming out. Do have a major on the field, and a Sherman has just come out. We'll keep an eye on this for a little bit. Don't know why actually I did follow camera there. So we'll keep an eye on this Sherman for the moment. Let's see what it does. I'm doing a big heavy push. I see his. I do see that Panzer headquarters there. Get a nice little double bazooka shot on him. He is going to pull back. He thinks he's got it locked down, and he's not. I'm not going to be able to kill it. But I tell my bazookas to target the building, and as you see, even before the Sherman gets there, I believe that was a destruction. I don't think that was a cancel. Yeah. As you see by the guys, the OKW's fuel, yeah, that did get destroyed. So I did stop the OKW player from getting arm on the field. The Wehrmacht player is very close to getting arm on the field actually. He needs to do battle phase 2, which he is doing now. There is a Riquette in there, but I did just went in and got the one shot that was needed and did pull back. Only took one Riquette shot instead of the second one, which was waiting for me back there, which was very good. So now we got the OKW pinned in base right now, which is not where he wants to be. The stealth Riquettans are going to cause me some mayhem in the future. And Compton seems to be struggling a little bit to retake the fuel on the right side. With the double MG42 positions, the Soviet infantry struggling, especially with the anti-tank package, stopping the T-70. I am not pushing into base range of the anti-infantry guns, the flak guns, and I do have the upgrades now for the paratroopers. But he does have a infantry support gun, which is going to cause me some grief. And as you see, we have a third Riquetting on the field, which is a bit heavy on the Riquettings, and a pack gun, so there is a lot of AT flying around. He has recon mode on the T-70, which I don't know why, because he should really be having a tank on the field. Oh, he has a T-34 A5 coming on the field. Don't we want to pull back these paratroopers with 5 men on the field? I feel like they can still do things. I don't think I'm going to win this in combat here because they are free. They are a vet star higher than me, and they have STG upgrades which are better for that close range. Saying that, we are doing alright on the model drops. I do get a little bit of an MG, but I am going to pull out because it's a unit trying to reinforce. Pioneer almost died there, and Panzer Grenadiers trying to do their thing. Did lose a model, like I said, my health is quite low on these. And we have a Stern Pioneer with a Shrek. You can upgrade them with a Shrek. I've got no quarrel with it. And in this circumstance, yeah, I agree. But with triple Riquetting on the field, not a lot of anti-infantry ability right here. I am going to have to pull back the paratrooper. The health's just too weak now. And we did a good job of suppressing and pulling back the Panzer Grenadier. Big push by the OKW player. The Riquetting that I just spotted it just in the nick of time, got a cheeky couple of Riquetting shots. If he had the other two coming up, it would have gone a lot more. Mortar is going to have to pull back soon. Got another Sherman coming on the field. I clicked Sherman. Yeah, another Sherman coming on the field whilst I held this one. I should have pulled it back a little bit more. This was a bit close, but I had infantry coming nearby, so I felt secure at the time. Cupton went shock rifle frontline tactics, so we have the KAV-8 flamethrower, the shock troops, anti-tank gun ambush tactics. Which is quite decent if you use them correctly. The IS-2 heavy tank, and incendiary artillery barrage, which is just what he needs really to get rid of these. To get rid of these MGs as they get back in the area and everything along that. Actually, landing an incendiary there is actually pretty horrendous because what it does is stops them from coming out the base. T-70 is going to have to pull back because it's a pack gun and a Shrek. No, just takes a pack gun shell. But that oh wow, that T-34 84. Oh. I was wondering what that was about. Oh, that was like he shot it from here, and it killed the entire squad of stormtroopers. That's what it was. We were wondering what they were saying out about. You thought it was a unlucky mortar shell or something on him, but it wasn't. That was an insane wipe on the stormtroopers there. And that's not even an 85. That's a 76. So the fact that happened was a miracle. Rifle grenade probably going to go off here to try and do some damage towards the Maxim, which happened. Sherman's going to pull up a little bit. Shrek aiming for the rifleman actually almost hit that. 3 stars now on the mortar with 10 kills, doing a great job. Incendiary barrage coming in from Cupton there, giving me some nice support. It's going to cause a little bit more infantry losses there. Cheeky Riketten is pulling up on the field. Not within range just yet. I'm keeping just out of range. I don't know this, but I am. 2-star paratroopers now with 7 kills, doing very nicely. Bit of a FPS drop then. Did want to try and outflank these MGs. I believe I didn't because this got suppressed, also suppressing with this unit. However, he is not going to take the chance on me. He's going to pull back. And I do get out of suppression quite quickly. And we are going to continue to push. I do push the Riketten there for back, and the Shermans are prepping for an assault somewhere along the line. There's not a lot of anti-infantry yet. I don't know why he doesn't get an MG34. That would have been decent against me. The mortars are starting to hurt now because I believe he doesn't have. He has more than one. He has an ISG and an spoken shooting at my rifle. Then I do pull up, and I am going to start firing at this blob of infantry that's decided to move up. Panzer IV on the field now, which is going to do some damage to the Shermans, but one of them versus 2 of mine and a T-34. Cupton probably saving up for that IS-2, I presume, hence why he's holding that fuel reserve. I've got the rifle not on the rear though, just in case he tries to flank with the Rikettens. And I only realised this at the last moment, so I do retreat, but he does get double Riketten shots, so I'm going to have to pull out of there. And the pack gun decides to come, and he gets a 3rd shot. That's an insane range. So I'm gonna pull my infantry in here to do some flanking on the Rikettens and everything. MG just gets in range though and starts suppressing. I see the MG through the trees there, so I'm going to do a bit of cheekiness and I'm going to attack around it and see if I can do any damage to it. He hasn't realised that I'm doing this, and so I can probably get one more shot off, and then I'm going to have to pull back, or I'm going to get fausted. He does try and reposition, but my Shermans are doing some very nice damage to his infantry, and I do successfully pull back with both my tanks. And I do have a mortar carriage coming in, and I didn't see the triple Riketten and the pack gun and the P4 just gets the final shot off there and kills my Sherman. Very good player, very good team play there. I saw the one Riketten, I wasn't sure the pack gun was in range, but the other Riketten was also in range, which did a lot of damage. Maxims on 2 stars now, he's doing very well with these 2 Maxims. T70 does need to be healed. I do have a mortar carriage coming up, and my infantry is being healed back at base. Major, I don't know why he is there, but he was there. Yep, and he does die unfortunately, which is not so good because that loses my recon. Well, we do have double fuel, and as long as we have double fuel, we should be able to shoot pretty nicely now. Good stun grenade there, stuns the entire unit. No models drop, but it does stop the retreat. Anti-tank grenades have been upgraded now, actually. And the IS-2 is ready for deployment. He just needs to save up a little bit more manpower and a little bit more fuel, and that will be his. He is taking the right side, and he is placing a mine down on the field. I don't generally plant that many mines late game with Americans because all you have are the... Can I even show? No, it's the light anti-tank mines for 10 munitions. They'll stun and damage a light vehicle pretty nicely, but against anything else. They will stun medium vehicles and heavy vehicles. They will stun, but they won't damage heavy vehicles and medium vehicles. They will damage, however, the other vehicles. They will damage the scout cars. Well, so it is worth having early game, but I just never had the time to the combat there. Mortar carriage is going to kill there, I believe. I thought this was... yeah, this was Cupton's. However, and he said go on it won't do too much damage. But I did, and it was a mistake because my guys burned like a bitch. And I lost my 2-star there.
A medium tank was just lost.
And I did lose my other Sherman though, actually, due to the triple Rikettens once again, which has annoyed me frustratingly. So I have a Jackson coming out now just in case he brings out any armor. But I didn't realise he has nowhere close to it. But the mortar carriage is doing the infantry. The mortar carriage is doing good against the enemy infantry, and really I don't need armor to beat him right now. He hasn't got any. His infantry force is very underprivileged, and all he has is Rikettens and ISGs. So my infantry does very well. Did lose the 2-star mortar crew, which really frustrated me actually. So he focused by all of his ISGs on it. So it pulled back. But the only army on the field right now is the mortar carriage, which is starting to do a bit of damage. Faust just misses it. But like I said, my double bar riflemen are doing a great job there. And the paratroopers are only on 8 kills, but they are 2 stars, so they are doing work. The Sherman T-34 combat has happened. Bounces are real right now. And will it die? No! The P4 beats it. That is a remarkable win there for the P4. It should not have won that. There's a pack gun there. Just got a cheeky shot off onto. Oh, and kills the T70. That pack gun is a veteran crew right now, and the two MGs gives it time for the P4 to retreat successfully. I'm going to pull my power troops in centre because I feel like I don't want to accidentally throw this game, so I do get Jackson out to prep for heavy armour coming out. And that's just going to stay in the back line for the majority of the game. Took me around of a reverse run, should have picked up this mortar, but didn't deal that. Very good ISG goes there onto the. Very good mortar goes on there to the.
Enemy forces are securing
Paratroopers. What I love actually was very good mortar carriage hit then actually. We got nice 3 kills then onto that. Oh my word, that was a great shot. And then another great shot there. It's doing great. And it gives it a star now. Paratroopers not actually. Paratroopers get some nice kills actually in there as well. They're on 13 now. Just for a grenade. I'm gonna have to retreat out of there with one man left. I do not want to lose. I wanted to see if I can get one more shot in, but I wasn't going to risk it because I don't want to risk it with Sturm piles.
ready for action.
I called it another paratrooper squad because I felt like my infantry, I needed some more units in the field, really there, and as you can see that was a GG. Don't know what that says, but it is for French. If any of you speak French, I'm pretty sure you can just translate it at the bottom. Very lucky I didn't lose this actually. Oh no, I did just use it before I lose it before I got one last shot off. Puma comes onto the field at the last moment, doing a nice little cheat. No, the Jackson shot doesn't miss. And there was a rifleman squad that I was just losing stuff in the end. But it was very late night, and it was my micro at the end was completely rubbish. But my micro at the game was made up, I believe. I haven't lost the paratrooper squad yet. Nice traction shot with the shell there. Penetrates its armor very nicely. It is going to try and get out of there. And paratroopers are not going to win that engagement. And if they stay, and there we go. That was the game. GG. Very well played. New maps as well. There's 4 new 2v2 maps. Hopefully they'll do a little boost to the 1v1 maps soon, or put some maps back in circulation or whatever. Maybe some new 1v1 maps might be good. The 2v2 is the most popular game mode on Company Force 2 right now, hence why the new maps came in. And there's a great tournament going on, the UTT tag team tournament. I don't know. It's a good 2v2 tournament. I'll post a link to the brackets in the description below. As we see there, damage-wise, me and Cupton did roughly the same amount. Me getting slightly more kills and slightly less damage, equaling out and slightly less losses. OKW, the Wehrmacht and the OKW actually did more damage than us generally, but that's because I believe we had the armour on the field and they were getting the armour hits, which is the vehicle damage there. As we'll have a look at the graphs, we'll do me versus my OKW teammate as well opponent there. We'll put Cupton in there as well, and then we'll put the Chinos there in there. So thank you very much guys for watching. This will be the first of many more replays to come. Thank you for staying subscribed, and your loyalty is very valuable to me. I do appreciate it. So if you like this video and you want to see more Company of Heroes videos, check my channel out. There's plenty there's probably about 50 now to go around. There's also some Rome 2 content, Northgard content. There's a bit of everything. If you love strategy games, I'm your go-to guy for it. So thank you guys. If you like this video, please subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you later guys.